Is WTI crude really all the way down to 57 bucks? Wow, that's crazy. It hit 55 yesterday? Sheesh. Below break even. For opening new wells? Yeah. Yay, so cheap gas now? Yeah, but you're not gonna wanna use it. Doesn't this hurt Russia's economy? Yeah, it does. It does hurt Russia's economy, which is nice. Unfortunately, it's not just gonna hurt Russia's economy. It's gonna have effects on a lot of people, actually. Well, it's not so much going to hurt our economy as it signals economic harm. Slight difference, but, you know. I'm really going to hate all the people that say Trump lowered gas prices. Yeah, but, like, they would say that even if gas prices were up. It doesn't matter. The important thing to understand is that, like, in a post-reality world, it in this one slim sense, it also works to your benefit, which is that when your enemy does something that people sort of unintelligently attribute to, you know, his credit, they say it's good, well, they would have said that anyway. It's not like Trump up has ever had an effect on their faith in him, right? That being said, gas isn't really going to go down by that much, you know? Like, what's the average gas price in America? It's like $3 in the ballpark. I don't care if it's 50 over or under, just roughly $3, you know? How much more can you get that down? I mean, you can bring that down to like 250 or something. Look, our obsession with gas prices is crazy. I know I don't drive as much as the average American does, like the average suburbanite, Hitlerite mother. How much money are you really saving? Gas prices going from 287 to 234. Like, I don't know. It's just, like, isn't everything else more expensive in your life? Like your rent and your health care? Like, even if you're driving at 2 hours every day, you're filling up the tank, what, every 4 or 5 days, depending on your car? Like, okay, so maybe it's the difference between a $80 tank and a $65 tank. I don't know. It's like an insane thing to... Yeah, like gas isn't even the most expensive ongoing cost for most cars. The most expensive ongoing cost is the repairs to the vehicle. Like if you drive around for so and so, you know, you fill it up like 20 times and then kablamo, your car needs work. You know, cars are expensive to maintain. Blue collar uses a ton of gas. I would be willing to bet that the average American probably drives 2 or less hours a day. And even 2 is on the high end. It really depends on your commute. But like, okay, you have an hour commute to work and then an hour commute back. And like, you've got your grocery run, I guess. But that's not every day. You got to average it out like day to day on the weekends. I don't know. Gas affects shipping costs though. That is true. That is true. But notice how things are going up in price right now, not down. So also this obsession with driving like tanks, basically. Yeah, if you're driving around a Ford F-250, I think that you should be paying a lot at the pump, to be honest. You know, 50 cents off gas is like $7 a week saved. Even if it's more, like 7, you could say 20, it's like $50 a week saved, right? Like that's 1/10 of your health insurance premium. I don't know. Well, no, not a tenth, I guess. It's, you know, it could potentially be, well, less than a tenth of rent. With the low oil prices, Kepler has now cut its U.S. crude supply forecast by 120,000 barrels per day to 170,000 barrels per day for the rest of 2025 and into 2026. Wait, it's cut its forecast by 40%? It's cut its crude supply forecast from 290,000 to 170,000. That's like a 40% decrease for the rest of 2025 and into 2026. Jesus Christ. Guys, are we degrowthing? I think so. That is an insane drop. Will Trump unintentionally do more good than harm to the climate? Yeah, maybe. Outflanked from the left yet again. Prices dipped early on Monday after the OPEC group decided on Saturday to raise collective output by 411,000 barrels per day, nearly triple the volume originally scheduled. They really want us dead, don't they? It's so funny that Saudi Arabia is literally smashing the big red button that says send America and Russia into a recession as hard as they can over and over and over again. They're pounding their fist in it. And because Trump doesn't understand how any of this works, and even if he did, he probably wouldn't care. It's like no mention from him. Have you seen Saudi Arabia is trying to reach out to Iran to normalize relations? I mean, that makes sense to an extent, right? Did you see Mike Waltz was let go because Trump alleged that he was in contact with Netanyahu and was trying to work with Netanyahu to orchestrate a war in Iran, and Trump was upset with him because he was going over his head? How wild is that? Like unironic shadow government shit right here. Trump was upset that Mike Waltz was basically like colluding with Netanyahu to secure support for an invasion of Iran. And Trump was mad because Trump wanted to explore peaceful options first. Because I genuinely, and that makes sense too, because I don't think that Trump is really ideologically a Zionist, and I don't actually think Trump wants war. I think that Trump likes talking down to other countries and likes showing off like shows of force, but he can do that through non-war means. I think he just wants to look good. Trump, once again, the least evil Republican. Unironically, dude! They need to flip the Democratic messaging. He's like genuinely, everyone around Trump is more evil than him. He's just a idiot. Sad how Trump's in the right here, unfortunately. I mean, listen, this was like, I'm gonna be real here. This is like actual deep state shit. Okay? Your national security advisor colluding with a foreign head of state to promote and set up like the bombing of Iran over their nuclear facilities. Like, it's like actually, it's crazy. It's pretty damn crazy. The report said he clashed with the White House officials since early in the administration, specifically over his preference for using military force against Iran instead of the diplomatic route that Trump favored. He could actually arrest him for treason on that, no? Damn, man, if I was president and I found out that my national security advisor was like going behind my back to work with a foreign entity to promote like war and secure like resources from America, that sounds pretty goddamn... I don't know if treason would necessarily be the right word there, but like, sheesh. But it's not going to happen here, so, you know, whatever. Two of the people quoted by the Washington Post said that Walz upset the U.S. president by engaging what the report described as, quote, intense coordination with Netanyahu on possible military options for Iran prior to the premier's White House meeting with Trump in February. It got back to Trump and the president wasn't happy with it. Netanyahu denied the contact, but we don't really have much of a reason to believe that guy on anything. Pre-El Salvador trip? No, that would be if we lived in a good timeline. Hello! You're on camera. You don't know what that is. Whoop. Little man. Here, I'll let you go. All right, I'll let you out. I'll let you out. Gay-ass little cat. Exactly. Is that cat a particular breed? Yeah, he's a Devon Rex.